And Sana, you know, me, I can relate it also to a personal experience. You understand? I can relate it to a personal experience. Perhaps some of you know already. Maybe Sana knows. Around 2011, I was on an aircraft. And the aircraft caught fire in mid-air. Yes. I was on an aircraft. Indeed, Lieutenant Colonel Gbvelo was on that aircraft. And my good friend, the late Justice Hineku, was on that aircraft. And the aircraft caught fire mid-air. So I can relate to this experience. Of course, we survived. I mean, we managed to land, emergency landing, and that day I saw something in Gbvelo that I've not seen in any man. Gbvelo's courage was extraordinary. Never seen that in anybody. The fire service personnel were running away from the fire. Lieutenant Colonel Gbvelo was in a suit and tie. He took over the equipment from them and started fighting the fire. I mean, amazing. In his suit and tie, he was fighting the fire. And this one of the fire service personnel only managed to gather courage when he had virtually, you know, subdued the fire to some extent. So I can relate to this. I've been in an aircraft which caught fire mid-air. Mid-air, caught fire. You know. So I can imagine what these 8 men went through. And why? Why did they have to endure this? They have to endure this because the state has failed to take full control of the mineral resources of Ghana and to exploit these mineral resources in the interest of Ghana. The reckless privatization of mining, and that I'm saying, is a manifestation of reckless privatization of mining. It has devastated the land. We will come to that later. Because of this recklessness of promoting senseless private exploitation of resources and so on, look at where we are. If the state had taken control of mining, small scale, big scale, medium scale, and so on, and pursued the dream of Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the 8 men would not have died. You understand? So, look, in discussing this tragedy, there are several dimensions that eventually we would have to look at. And I agree fully with my brother Nino that we should let science speak and avoid needless speculation. And in letting science speak, we have to understand the science of sociology, the science of politics, the science of economics, and even the science of history. A lot of people don't think that history is a science. History is a science. History is a science. History is a science.
Because it's replicable.
There are 2 methods. There are 2 methods that Marx and Engels prescribe for the understanding of society. 2 methods. Dialectical materialism and historical materialism. History is a science. Every subject has a scientific outlook and so on. Sure. So we should let science speak in the evaluation of this matter. Let science speak. Let's build up the empirical evidence, not to blame, but to avoid similar occurrences in the future. That is our task. So I am in full agreement with the President for establishing a full-scale committee of inquiry into this matter. That is not to say that this matter could have gone without an inquiry. There's no plane crash anywhere in the world which is not investigated.
There's also even an act.
So, when the plane crashes, there will be an investigation. But I'm happy that it is being done in the case of Ghana. And I'm hoping that this investigation would establish the full facts. Already, and I'm sure you've all seen it, there are some people who have jumped onto the anti-Chinese hysteria already. You've seen it.
It's already online.
Clear anti-Chinese hysteria. Chinese technology is not good. It's a Chinese plane and so on. My friends, let's wait for the empirical evidence. Let science speak and so on. Why? Having planes made in Germany crashed before.
Oh, American planes.
But even the point is that plane parts, not all will be coming from China. There are other parts that will be coming from Europe, America as well as well.
So some people see this as an opportunity to damage China. I think that it is as bad as that gentleman who is craving to become president did on Wuntumi TV. It's as bad. It's the same thing. You know, and sometimes I can't believe some of these people. I can't believe them. Especially these charlatans in cassock. These charlatans in funny robes, calling themselves bishops, prophets, and archbishops, and so on. My friend, you worship a God. You worship a God. And let's be frank. And that God knows that people are going to die in this horrible way. And that God tells you that people are going to die in this horrible way. And that God has the power
to stop it.
To stop it, according to you. And that God allows this to happen. Abba! What kind of a God is that? So they insult their own God all the time. They are always insulting their God. And in any case, of the 32 million people of Ghana, why would God choose somebody like that, to reveal secrets to? So all the good people in this country, they can't see any of them. But you see, all of this is also linked to something which may be considered a national failure. Yes. Look, there are so many television stations in this country. And sometimes when I'm scrolling through the television stations, I come across some of them and I cringe. Who would allow this? Some of the stations, all they do is money doubling. Bring your money and let's double it for you. And we allow it.
We allow it.
It is a criminal offense to engage in money doubling and so on. Criminal offense. And yet criminality is promoted on television. Some of the things that they claim they can do, I cannot repeat on this show.
The sort of things they do.
They claim they can do, I cannot. Making some things bigger and so on. You know what I'm talking about.
Professor Hindu that used to be at KJT and Makola, they have found their way on the TV.
If you want something to become bigger, come and see. I don't want to mention what that something is.
We would like to hear.
Oh, what television?
No. We would like to hear from you.
No, you won't hear it from my mouth. You understand? So, all these charlatanry has become an industry. And we allow it. You see, Sana, you see, Akrada is in prison. Whatever it is, she had accomplices.
Yes.
Those who provided her with the medium,
absolutely,
through which she convinced people to bring their monies to be doubled, are equally guilty.
Absolutely.
They are equally guilty. You understand? So we have allowed a section of our media to promote extreme backwardness. And somebody says it's Bishop something. He's standing in church. He knows where Omanibuama's office is. And so he says, anybody who has Omanibuama's number, please call him and tell him to come and see me. It's urgent and so on. Charlatan! Complete charlatan!
But I think the politicians also call them when they do that. And that is what
But who says that there are no charlatans in politics? Who says that there are no charlatans in politics?
It's so sad.
My brother, you know as well as
Yes,
I do.
I do.
Been involved in this.
I do.
I've been involved in it for some time. Some of the people you see parading as statesmen and so on, they are not worth anything.
It's true.
Do you know what they do in elections? The concoctions they drink to win elections.
Yes.
They are not counting on your votes. They are counting on the concoctions the madam is preparing for you to go and drink.
I have a question. Let me tell you something.
Do you know the number of white cows are buried alive?
Cows that are supposed to eat.
I said in 2020, a pastor was...
Oh, charlatans! Charlatans in politics, charlatans in the church, charlatans in the media, charlatans everywhere.
I'm in 2020, one pastor came to my home and told me that God had revealed to him that I should strip naked and go and run around the vacuum run about 3 times, and that would give me 30,000 votes. I was like, and I was surprised. People around me were saying, look, I was being bombarded by people who were close to me. Every week there was another pastor coming, saying all kinds of things, and I said no.
You know, I contested parliamentary elections once. I'm going to tell you a story, Sarah. One early morning, before 6 a.m., there was a knock on my door. So I opened the door. And it was one of the people who was also contesting parliamentary elections in a certain constituency in Accra. And he was wearing a big flowing gown, you know. He said, look, my brother, this election, we have to win this election. So I said, yeah, but we are campaigning. So he said, no, stop the campaign. There's some very wonderful malam that if you go to him and he listens to you, he will write some things on a slate and wash it into a gallon. Then you hang the gallon on you, and everywhere you go, you drink it. So the guy lifted his gown, and there was a big white gallon tied to his waist. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. And he was drinking the water. So I said, my friend, you are crazy. You are going to die. Do you know that on the day of the election, he was so sick that he couldn't survive the election. He couldn't go to anything. The drink he was drinking. So all these people you see around, honorable and so, not all of them are correct. Many of them are charlatans.
And then you lose. None of the pastors will come back.
No. This is the doing of the Lord. This is the doing of the Lord. It was meant to happen.
That's when they tell you that God moves in mysterious ways, and that His ways are not certain. If His ways are not certain, why are you doing?